And 65 to 95 dB, that's the church range, okay? That's the range that we normally operate in. But sometimes people don't even get to understand how much sound will be coming, because if the sound is nice and the engineer might slightly adjust the fader and you dance to the nice music, not even noticing that you are probably operating around 98, 99 dBs there. Okay, so Safe Work Australia, it's a government body that develops national policies related to work, health, and safety. They provide guidelines on managing risks associated with sound systems and loud environments, which can apply to church operations. Okay, this is in Australia. Troubleshooting and common issues. Okay, so this is the part that you also need to pay attention. If there's no sound, what do you do? If nothing is coming out of these speakers, what do you do? Which power do you check? Can you hear me? Well, what do you think could be happening here?
The microphone might be off.
I like that one. As an engineer, you have to constantly monitor your battery levels. That's why you see these cameras need to carry this generator set behind them, just so that nothing happens. You understand? This can power... okay, let's not go there. But the issue is we need as much backup as possible. You don't need to go and tell Pastor Kufa, all this time we were not recording Baba. Someone once did that. He's a much respectable person. But well, it happens. So you have to constantly monitor those things. My battery is still okay. So this is a transmitter, and over there is a receiver. So on the receiver, you'll have your battery percentage on there. So you have to know that. But roughly, these newly installed batteries last up to between 6 and 8 hours, which is long enough for. But if you are not sure, you can change them as you go with your service. That's why you see when the president is giving a speech, there has to be this microphone. That's why I was telling you that it's a legendary. Just so that in the event that this one, the battery dies down, at least we've got backup. All right? So this one gets power direct from the mixer there. It doesn't need any battery. Right. So if there's no sound, check power. Are you guys getting it? Is it making sense? Okay. If there's no sound, check the power. Check power to all equipment. Verify cable connections are secure and not damaged. It could be a faulty cable. Ensure volume and gain settings are turned up appropriately. Confirm the correct input channels are selected. So on that mixer there, you might not realize that the microphone is on mute, and you are busy you are busy troubleshooting the speakers. So you have to know that, okay, the speakers are okay, the cables are okay, the batteries are okay. So I have to focus on the mixer there. All right? And then you realize that, the microphone was on mute. Immediately, the microphone, there's now signal. So you have to think fast as well. Okay? Feedback problems. Adjust microphone and speaker placement to increase distance between them. Lower gain or adjust monitor levels. Identify and adjust the problematic frequency using EQ controls. Distortion or low volume. Check that gain settings are appropriate, not too high, causing distortion, or not too low, resulting in weak signal. So your gain has to be in between. It has to be balanced. If it's too high, it creates distortion, and if it's too low, it provides a weak signal. And adjust your EQ to remove harsh frequencies that may be causing distortion. Intermittent sound. Inspect cables. There are some times where you hear there's this buzz that comes in and goes, comes in and goes. It could be a problem of loose connection on your cables, so you have to make sure that you inspect your cables for damage or loose connections. Check wireless microphone batteries. We've mentioned about this. Signal strength. Verify that phantom power is enabled for condenser microphones. So if you are to operate this microphone and there's no condenser, there's no 48 volts deployed, it means you won't be getting anything out of it. So you have to make sure that you know your stuff. Oh, by the way, here in sound, everything has a gender, all right? We have males and females here in sound. So, so this is this is a male to female. I'll show you when we do the practicals. So the male gets into the female. That's the norm, right? We also have male to male, male to female, female to female, but we use male to female, okay? In sound context, all right? So best practice and maintenance, equipment care. Are we still together, people, or you went home? Equipment care. Keep equipment clean and free from dust and dirt that can affect performance. Store gear safely to prevent cable damage and equipment wear. Treat sound equipment as an important church resource deserving proper care. Okay? So after service, I see a lot of people in certain churches, they will just come to help here and they don't have an idea. They're just plugging all these cables, and just so that we help the technical team. Sometimes you need to go and ask, I'm here to help. How can I be of help? Okay? So that in the process of helping, you don't end up destroying church equipment. So we need to practice church equipment. I know my time is up, that's why the feedback is coming. But let me just, this is, I'm sure, the last slide. Cable management. Plan cable layout to minimize clutter. All right, we don't expect this. This was just a demonstration so that you know that this is not expected. All right. Organize cables by function. Power cables have to have their own storage. Audio cables or visuals have to have that, so that you know when I'm looking for a jack-to-jack cable, I know it's in this cabinet. If I'm looking for a kettle cable, I know it's in this cabinet.